Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the LNS Customs Late Model Series season finale. For the season finale tonight, what better place to have the race than the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. So here we go. This should be a fun one, folks. Right now, it is looking like the point standings gap between first and second isn't too big right now. Sean Langton has absolutely dominated this season. He's won 8 of the 11 races so far. 495 points. Second place in points right now is Jesse Baker with 422. Third is Mike Durfee. Fourth is David Sheets. And then fifth is Thomas Eggleston. So right now it is looking pretty good for Sean Langton right now. And before we get too much into the racing action, I do want to thank the two sponsors for the series. First of all, we want to thank LNS Customs. That is the title sponsor, as you can see, the LNS Customs Late Model Series. The LNS Customs is your one-stop shop for fabrication, paintwork, bodywork, and any mechanical issues that you have with your ride. They've been around since 2017. They know their stuff and are located in Prospect Hill, North Carolina. So if you want more information on how you can get fabrication, paintwork, bodywork, and get mechanical issues fixed on your car or truck, then make sure to visit lnscustoms.com. We do also want to thank Major's Garage, and if you are an iRacer or want to join iRacing, listen to this. Major's Garage is the home of free baseline setups, awesome affordable monthly subscriptions, telemetry, coaching, and more. So if you're interested in any of those and want setups, want to get better at iRacing with coaching, then make sure to visit their website at majorsgarage.com. Again, Mayhem Racing League is powered by Majors Garage League. So we are very, very happy to have Majors Garage on board with the LNS Customs Late Model Series. Here we go. Qualifying is underway. There we go. We are back. We were suffering from some technical difficulties, but we are back here with the action. Currently here in qualifying, Stephen Rochefort is on the top of the board with a 15.80 as his fastest lap time. Second is Thomas Eggleston in that 78 machine. He currently has a 15.87 as his fastest lap time and is 700ths off the lead. Sean Langton is in third with a 15.91. Mike Durfee is in fourth with a 15.93. And then with a 16 flat, it is Eddie Hughes. Currently, we see Chris Spangler was able to make his way into the top 5. And then there we see William Kruska in the 00 with a 15.96. Jesse Baker up to second with a 15.81. That's only 1/100th off the pole right now. Jesse Baker with a great chance to take the pole. William Kruska with a 15.76, first driver to break into the 15.7s. He is able to get to the pole. Now in second, it's Jesse Baker. He also broke into the 15.7s with a 15.78. So right now, only 200ths separate the top two right now. And looks like everybody who is going to qualify has qualified. We see Thunder MS34 on YouTube says quick time for the New Jersey native. Let's see. I do want to do a quick fly through of all of the drivers here in the Mayhem Racing League with the SDK profiles. So there is all of the driver profiles here for the series. And last race, we did skip a week. Last week we did not have a broadcast for the LNS Customs Late Model Series because their iRacing was updating. There was a lot of downtime. So the problems have been fixed. iRacing Season 4 is now out, and we are finally able to get the racing done here in the LNS Customs Late Model Series. 2 weeks ago, we were at Richmond Raceway, and Sean Langton ended up getting the victory. Now, Sean Langton did not lead any laps until the last lap, the one that counted. Stephen Rochefort dominated the race, started on the pole, but then after some tough luck, Sean Langton was able to take the lead on the last lap in an aggressive move, and he was able to take the win. William Kruska finished second, Seth French finished third, Eddie Hughes finished fourth, and David Sheets finished fifth. There were 9 cautions and 4 lead changes among 4 drivers. Here we go. Qualifying is wrapping up, and we are getting set for the starting lineup here. As you can see, you might have noticed that the overlay is a little bit different. There have just been some changes with SDK, the program that we use, so just to make it look a little bit better. So here we go. Here's the starting lineup, starting on the pole with a 15.762 as his fastest lap time. We see William Kruska to the top of the board. He is starting on the pole. Outside of him, we have Jesse Baker in that number 79 machine. P3 is Stephen Rochefort. Outside of him, from Canada, it's Michael Wallace. And then with the worldwide world of motorsports, we have Thomas Eggleston rounding out your top 5. Outside of him, in 6th, we have 8-time winner this season, Sean Langton. 7th will be Mike Durfee in the 13. Then it's Chris Spangler of the Virginias. 9th is Eddie Hughes. And then rounding out your top 10, RF Boyer. Then we have New England's favorite, Scott Rochefort in the 77. Jim Cook will be starting 12th. Oh, there we go. 13th is Seth French. 14th will be Charlie Hamilton Jr. of Team Mayhem. And then rounding out your top 15 from Canada, it's Jordan Duran. 16th will be David Ankenbauer. And last but not least, of Club Jerky fame, it is Marshall Harhay. So there we go. That is the starting lineup, and now it is time for the race. There we see a look at your front row. Ready to take off and start doing pace laps here at the last Great Coliseum. Let's go ahead here and take a look at your race info. Oh, it looks like it's okay. 26 degrees Celsius, 55% humidity, partly cloudy sky. The wind speed is 3 kilometers per hour. Track temperature is the same as the air temperature, 26 degrees Celsius. And oh, this is confusing. There we go. We are now currently pacing here. And looks like we do have some technical difficulties with the timing and score. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here before the start and try to get that fixed. Here we go. We are back here with the racing action here. Right now, 11 laps have been completed, and currently Jesse Baker is your current leader. Behind him, it's Stephen Rochefort and William Kruska. Right now, your top three all are in close proximity of each other as we have just now hit lap number 12. We see Kruska looking high, looking low, trying to set up the pass here for second place. Let's see. Here's a look from the cockpit cam of that number 00. We see Rochefort washes up the track a little bit. That's going to present an opportunity for Kruska to try to look low there. He is right on Rochefort's back bumper. Rest of your top five, Sean Langton is in fourth, and he is currently in a tight battle between fifth place driver Thomas Eggleston. Looks like Jesse Baker is extending his gap a little bit over the rest of your top three right now. I think a lot of that is because these two are battling. You see Kruska continues to look high, continues to look low. And looks like there is no car noise, so again, we're going to have to take a break and we'll get that fixed. There we go. We now have race sound for the broadcast, and currently caution flag is out. Let's go ahead and look at the wreckage replay to see exactly what happened. Here we go. So here's Jesse Baker right here. He's coming up on Eddie Hughes. And I believe that this was a lap car for Jesse Baker. Running that low line. And oh! I do not know what happened to Hughes, but I think he maybe thought he was going to hit the wall, so he turns right in to Jesse Baker's right rear quarter panel. Man, Baker was running very, very strong, and it's a shame to see that he is fallen all the way down to 15th right now. So that is going to give the lead to Stephen Rochefort now, a driver who dominated last race at Richmond Raceway, but there were some unforeseen circumstances, and he ended up falling to 8th. So once again, Rochefort is given a great opportunity to try to get the win here at Bristol. I mean, Rochefort has performed great all season long. And he's looking to add one more thing to his great resume this season, and that is getting a win here. Rest of your top 5, we see William Kruska in 2nd. Sean Langton is in 3rd. Chris Spangler is in 4th. And then rounding out your top 5 is R.F. Boyer. Right now, so far, your biggest mover of the race has been Marshall Harhay because, wow. Marshall, he started in the back of the pack, and he is right now outside of the top 5, and he is right behind 5th place. Currently in 6th place right now, and Harhay has done a great job avoiding all of the wrecks and making his way up through the field, and here he is in 6th place with a chance to potentially get a top 5. Here we go, getting ready to go back green this time by Stephen Rochefort. Will be restarting on the bottom. William Kruska will be restarting on the top. Pace car's in. And green flag is back out here at Bristol. There we see Stephen Rochefort taking off. He is able to get clear of William Kruska. So it's side by side. Here comes Sean Langton. Look alone to Kruska. Kruska shuts the door. A hard left turn right in front of Sean Langton. Still, we see Langton right on Kruska's back bumper. He is definitely going to remember that moment when Kruska shut the door there on that restart. You see Kruska also beginning to reel in Stephen Rochefort for that lead. These two are battling for 2nd before the wreck happened between Jesse Baker and Eddie Hughes. I will say that wreck with Jesse Baker definitely hurt the chances for someone else other than Sean Langton to win the championship. I think right now Sean Langton can get a top 3, which is where he's in right now. He definitely is going to wrap up the championship for sure. Right now we are focused on this battle for the lead. Thunder MS 34 on YouTube says go Billy Kruska. He is running in 2nd right now. I mean, right behind Stephen Rochefort. You could say that Kruska right now is in the catbird seat. The field beginning to spread out. I will say Sean Langton just ran his fastest lap time of the race with a 15.82 as his lap time. I mean, right now, Langton's late model is as fast as it has been all race long, and that is definitely worrisome for your top 2 right now. After that, we see a tight battle from 6th all the way back to 10th between Marshall Harhay, Scott Rochefort, Thomas Eggleston, Mike Durfee, and Michael Wallace. But here comes Rochefort, coming right to that back bumper of Harhay. Harhay was really loose off that last corner. You see the cars are sliding way up the track and barely missing hitting the outside wall. You see Chris Spangler has a battle behind him. Here comes Jesse Bow, and we see a caution flag come out. I saw some cars like wrecked on the bottom. Here we go. So we had just switched away from this battle when this happened. We see Thomas Eggleston gets loose while battling with Scott Rochefort. He gets onto the apron. And we see, the 13 of Mike Durfee barely misses hitting the outside wall, and he slides down into Eggleston. We see Michael Wallace. He is involved in this one. Man. And they were like 3 wide on the backstretch. There you see the caution finally coming out. So Stephen Rochefort, during that green flag run, he was able to hold off William Kruska. He is definitely the one to beat. I will say, though, watch out for this. Jesse Baker has gotten his lap back, and he was fighting for what would have been the 5th spot as a lap car during that last green flag run before the caution flag came out. And there we see a few drivers going into the pits. Eddie Hughes, Jesse Baker, both of them were involved in our first caution, along with a few others as well. But your top 3, top 5, all of them stay out. Let's see. Thunder MS34 on YouTube says, I hope Billy Kruska wins. If not him, I want him to wreck out in a big wreck. That can definitely happen here at Bristol. I don't know, it's just something about the atmosphere, the humongous stands all around the track, the fact that it's a night race, the huge banking. Bristol is just a track prone for huge accidents. We've seen it in NASCAR, and I've seen it in a lot of the series that I broadcast, so that's definitely not out of the ordinary, especially considering that this is the championship race for these guys, and stakes are high, so every single point spot counts. So there will be times where we might see somebody give somebody the chrome horn or something like that. There's only one car from William Kruska in the lead, and that is Stephen Rochefort. If he can get past him, he can take the lead and hopefully hang on for the win. But Stephen Rochefort is one hard late model to pass. We saw that at Richmond to the point where somebody had to use the chrome horn to move him out of the way for first. Pace car is in. And green flag is out. There we see Stephen Rochefort taking off once again. It's side by side between Sean Langton and William Kruska. Sean Langton getting a great run on the outside. We see Kruska washes up the track a little bit, and there we go. We see Langton is able to slide in to that 2nd spot. Now Langton setting his sights on your leader, Stephen Rochefort, to try to get his 9th win of the season. But Langton, he is starting to look in that rear view mirror for a little bit, because here is William Kruska coming behind that number 7 machine. Stephen Rochefort has just ran his fastest lap time of the race here at Bristol with a 15.71. Great lap time. And then there we see Sean Langton runs his fastest lap time. Right now it's looking like these late models are running on all cylinders right now. These are the fastest these late models have been all race long, and it's really showing with the racing action for the top 3 spots between Stephen Rochefort, Sean Langton, and William Kruska. Again, we see Sean Langton runs another fast lap time. Uh-oh, here comes William Kruska taking a shot down low. I thought he was going to try to get under him here through 1 and 2, but he couldn't quite get there. Sean Langton able to shut the door. Wow, we just see fast lap after fast lap for your top three right now. See William Kruska just continuing to try to set up the pass. Oh, Kruska gets on the apron. Can he save it? He does. What a save there for William Kruska. Got all the way down too low into the apron. The car came out from under him, but he was luckily able to save it. Wow. Great job there for William Kruska, but that is definitely going to hurt him because the gap between him and Sean Langton right now is 1 second. He lost a ton of ground, and he does have some other drivers coming up on him. I hate to see that ended up happening for Kruska, but hopefully we'll see if he can make his way back up through the field. Here is RF Boyer and Scott Rochefort right on each other's bumper. Scott Rochefort there through 1 and 2 took a shot down low under RF Boyer. RF Boyer right on 4th place. Chris Spangler's back bumper. Oh, we see RF Boyer got squirrely behind Spangler. He's looking low now. He's to Spangler's rear quarter panel, his door. Here comes Scott Rochefort as well. He was also squirrely behind him. Goodness, this is some tight racing action right here. Oh, contact is made. And we are wrecking. Big wreck between a lot of fast drivers. Here is your wreckage replay. Man. Man, that was some tight racing right there. You love to see it. Here. Oh. There you go, my bad. Here we go. So here, coming off of 4, we see Chris Spangler's on the outside. Ah! Let me rewind that. I think Chris Spangler was worried that he was going to wash up too high and get into the outside wall, so he turns down to try to avoid hitting it, and he turns down too much and gets right into RF Boyer. So again, we are right back under caution here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Still, Stephen Rochefort is your leader. He's been able to hold off William Kruska, Sean Langton, every single punch that has been thrown the 66's way. He's been able to avoid it. He's done a great job holding that lead, but I don't know how long that is going to last. Because coming up here on this next restart, Sean Langton is going to be starting directly outside of that 66 machine. And Sean Langton is going to try what he has done for 8 of the 11 races so far this season. Try to take the lead in some way, shape, or form and hold on to it for the rest of the race. Sean Langton has kind of been the MVP of the racing season here in the L&S Customs Late Model Series. I guess you could say the MVD, Most Valuable Driver. What a season he has had here. I mean, he has an average start of 6th, an average finish of 2nd, 495 points. It's hard to believe just how successful Sean Langton has been this season. The only other drivers to beat him are Thomas Eggleston, Seth French, and Alan Warnecki, which only one of them is currently in this race right now. That is Thomas Eggleston, currently sitting in 9th. Lights are off on the pace car, so we are getting ready to go back green here in just a second. We have Stephen Rochefort restarting on the bottom. Outside of him, it is going to be Sean Langton. Behind them, it's William Kruska and Scott Rochefort, and then 5th is, Jim Cook. Pace car pulls in. There we go. Green flag is back out there. We see Stephen Rochefort taking off. He is able to get ahead of Sean Langton. Sean Langton right on Rochefort's back bumper. He's looking low here on the back stretch. I think he was going to try to get to that rear quarter panel here on entry of 3, but he can't quite get under the 66. Still, that 7 is right on Rochefort's tail right now. I will say, though, Sean Langton is not only looking in front of him at Rochefort, he's also looking in that rear view mirror at somebody who's chasing him. That's William Kruska in that 00. Here he comes, trying to get up there to second. He just ran his fastest lap time of the race, 15.70, but so did Stephen Rochefort. Once again, it's like these tires are not wearing on these late models. The tires just keep getting better and better and better and better. Yeah, they haven't even came in yet. Here we go. We see Kruska right now trying to set up the pass the same way that he is. Oh! We saw him about lose it again. Man, he got very, very close there. He about lost it there. Whew. We see Stephen Rochefort barely misses hitting the outside wall there. Washed up off of 4. See a car stopped on the bottom of the track. I'm not sure who that is, but racing action is still going to continue to resume. There we see once again William Kruska trying to look low here under Sean Langton. He's continuing to chase him. Take a look at that cockpit cam for the 00 of William Kruska. See Jesse Baker on Facebook says, man, bad night tonight. Man, hate to hear it, Jesse. I know you got in a little bit of trouble. And, oh, it looks like you disconnected. Sorry to hear that, Jesse. You had a rough night here in the season finale. But hey, there is always next season in the SK Modified season, which is coming up soon. We do have a battle for 6th right now. Oh, we see a car into the inside wall behind them. Mike Durfee side by side, pretty much equal with Scott Rochefort here through the backstretch. He's got the nose. Oh, and he's into the, whoa, hits the cone. Yeah, we're wrecking. Bad wreck right there. By the way, the Wreckage Replay is perfect for tonight's race because we are at Bristol. I just now noticed. So they were beating and banging in front of Michael Wallace here, side by side between Scott Rochefort and Mike Durfee. We see Mike Durfee slides down the track into the apron. I think Michael Wallace was kind of not sure about what was going to happen. Oh, looks like he gets loose off of 4. Jordan Durans gets into his rear quarter panel. Yeah, and there it goes from there. We do see a lot of the leaders into the pits. William Kruska, Stephen Rochefort. We see Stephen Rochefort is the first off of pit road. Then it's Mike Durfee. Then Sean Langton, then William Kruska, and then Jim Cook. So finally the leaders are coming into the pits, but I will say this, Thomas Eggleston and Michael Wallace are currently both staying out right now. That is going to be a very, very risky move for those two. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the pit strategy. Now that I think about it though, let's see. Eggleston and Michael Wallace do have still decently fresh tires. 19 laps for Eggleston and 18 laps for Wallace, while the rest of the field has fresh tires. I will say though, I mean, even 18 or 19 lap tires are still no match compared to fresh tires. I will say though, it kind of seemed like as the more they ran on these tires, the faster the cars were getting. So I don't know if that's just the unique case here at Bristol. It was fun to watch though. The late models just continued to get faster and faster and faster as the laps went on. Right now, here's how your top 5 is looking. Thomas Eggleston, Michael Wallace, Stephen Rochefort, Mike Durfee, and William Kruska. I do want to give a shout out to, here's the driver who has the highest I rating in this league. For those of you who are wondering, it's actually Stephen Rochefort. He's currently in A class and he's got a 2.32 safety rating, and he has 2,839 I rating. So you can definitely see that Stephen Rochefort has been running a lot of official races in his time here on iRacing, as he has a great I rating and a great license. He is currently the highest here in the Mayhem Racing League LNS Customs League. But here we go. We see Thomas Eggleston will be restarting on the bottom. Michael Wallace will be restarting on the top. Pace car's in, and green flag is back out there. We see Thomas Eggleston taking off, and there comes Stephen Rochefort looking low here under Michael Wallace. He is able to get clear very, very quickly. Here comes William Kruska as well. Both of them are able to get clear, and here comes Kruska trying to look low under Stephen Rochefort. Ooh. Tried to get under him there during that restart, but is actually starting to fall behind a little bit. Stephen Rochefort is beginning to catch Thomas Eggleston. This is fresh tires versus 20-lap tires, folks. Let's see who is going to win this battle. Rochefort taking a look low here on the back stretch. He's going to try to set up a pass here through 3 and 4. Right now at the rear quarter panel, the door. Now pretty much equal. Oh no! Thomas Eggleston barely misses hitting the outside wall. Slides down the track right into Stephen Rochefort, but everybody is able to save it. We see William Kruska taking advantage of the little accident between Eggleston and Rochefort, and he is looking to try to make the pass now. Stephen Rochefort has severe right side damage. You see the right front is extremely crinkled on that late model. We'll see how much it affects him. A little bit loose off of 4 for Stephen Rochefort once again. Looking to see if William Kruska is going to try to take advantage of these mistakes that Kruska has been making. Here is the cockpit cam of that 00. I feel like throughout this whole race, William Kruska has been the chaser. He's been the one trying to make the passes, but he hasn't been successful pretty much this whole race. Could this finally be the time that he's able to make a pass here for the lead? I don't know. We will see here. Stephen Rochefort trying to extend the gap as much as he possibly can. Here's Sean Langton right now in 5th. He is chasing Thomas Eggleston. Oh, we see 3 wide. Oh, Thomas Eggleston into the outside wall. Barely misses hitting Sean Langton. Sean Langton barely misses hitting the car below him. Eddie Hughes. Right now, Thomas Eggleston definitely having a lot of trouble. He has a ton of right side damage from hitting that outside wall a bunch here throughout this last restart, since the last restart. Rochefort right now just continuing to try to hold off that 0-0 of William Kruska. Let's take a look here at this battle for 3rd. Sean Langton looking low under Wallace. He has the nose here. This is fresh tires versus old tires, folks. And Langton is able to get clear up to 3rd now. The only problem is that there is a 3-second gap between him and 2nd place. Let's see if William Kruska can reel everybody in with almost 50 laps left here in this race. Once again, a look back here to the battle of the lead between William Kruska and Stephen Rochefort. I don't know. I mean, William Kruska has been behind Rochefort for pretty much this entire race, whether it was him or Langton. He's been behind someone all throughout this race, and it's been a significant spot, whether it was 2nd or 3rd or here 1st, but he just never has been able to quite make a pass. I don't know if we're going to see it here. So he continues to look high, look low to try to get by Stephen Rochefort. See a little crossover there, trying to get down low as best as he can. And see, yellow flag is out. Wrecking Michael Wallace. Here's what happened to that number 9 machine. He was running about mid-track right after getting passed by Sean Langton. There you see in front of him. And oh no, we see, whew, he washes way up the track off of 4, right into the outside wall. We see his right side gets absolutely destroyed. Mike Durfee barely misses hitting Michael Wallace. We see Jim Cook is involved in this one. Wow. We also saw Sean Langton have some trouble as well. We see William Kruska is into the pits. I don't know what he is doing. Oh, wow. Bold decision there for the 0-0. He sacrifices track position to come in and get fresh tires. So that's now going to put him in the 7th spot. Still Stephen Rochefort and Stephen Rochefort is in the lead. Sean Langton with Kruska coming in. He is now up to 2nd. Let's take a look at your pit strategy currently. Right now we see your top 5, everybody is all pretty much on 26 lap tires, and then here we see our single driver, William Kruska. He is the only driver with fresh tires. So I don't know. William Kruska has to pass a lot of cars if he wants to get back to second. 3 to be exact. And I don't know how hard that is going to be, considering he is on fresh tires. And, I mean, you'd think, fresh tires versus 19-lap tires was a big difference when we saw Michael Wallace and Thomas Eggleston when they were starting up front. So, I don't know. We'll see. Here we go. Lights on the pace car are off, so we are getting ready to go back green here. Stephen Rochefort will be restarting on the bottom. Sean Langton will be restarting on the top. Pace car's in. And green flag is back out there. We see Stephen Rochefort taking off. He's able to get clear of Sean Langton side by side for third. We see Mike Durfee is able to get clear of Chris Spangler. But here we see Sean Langton chasing that 66 machine. William Kruska off of 4, looking low under Mike Durfee. Wow, he flies right by. That just shows the difference between 26-lap tires and fresh tires. And that proves that it makes a big difference. Here with 107 laps to go, I think this is the perfect opportunity. We are going to go ahead and pump up the intensity. Here's pump up the intensity for you. We look back here to the lead. Stephen Rochefort has a big gap right now between him and second place Sean Langton. The battle currently is for second place right now because once again Sean Langton is looking nervously in his rearview mirror at William Kruska, currently running in third right now. But wow, what is he gonna do here? He looks high, he looks low. Once again, we saw Kruska take another peek down low under Sean Langton. Looks to the outside, and right before we see Kruska try to make a pass, the caution flag comes out. Here we go. So here, Chris Spangler was running on the outside, got a little bit loose off of 4, and he slid down into Marshall Harhay. Hate to see it for those who were involved in that incident, but, I mean, that's short track racing there. I've seen a ton of that throughout this race so far, just drivers getting loose off of 2 and 4, and it's really messing up a lot of people's races. Hopefully we can hang on for a few more laps here at Bristol as we are getting ready to crown the season finale winner. And I do think, based on how points is looking, Sean Langton, if he can get a top 3 or a top 5, he is going to be your season champion. Once again, what a season that Sean Langton has had. 8 wins this season. Even if he doesn't win tonight, it has still been a fantastic season for Sean Langton. 8 wins, an average start of 6th, an average finish of 2nd. Only 3 other drivers can say that they have beaten Sean Langton this season. But right now, Stephen Rochefort is saying, hey, I'm going to be the 4th and get the season finale win. He has absolutely dominated this race, despite the only time he lost the lead was when everybody came into the pits, and at the start when Jesse Baker was starting on the pole and he was leading this race. Third place is William Kruska. 4th, got Thomas Eggleston. 5th is Mike Durfee. Bristol hasn't been too kind to a lot of drivers. I mean, look at this. Only 7 drivers are currently on the lead lap. Bristol, there's a lot of people so far tonight that have had a very, very rough race here at Bristol. And, man, stinks for it being the season finale and nobody is able to get another second chance. But I will say, after this series is over, there will be another Mayhem Racing League series that will be broadcasted by Intensity Broadcasting, and it is going to be a SK modified series at different short tracks. So that should be fun. Stay tuned for that. I mean, again, for those of you who do like SK modifieds, this series is going to be the series for you. Pace cars in. Here we go. Green flag is back out there. We see Stephen Rochefort taking off. William Kruska is looking low here under Sean Langton here in 1 and 2, but we see Sean Langton's able to get clear. Here comes Thomas Eggleston to the outside, even with damage. He's able to make the outside work and try to get by William Kruska. Wow. Oh! Sean Langton loose off a 2 into the outside wall. He's able to save it, but a ton of damage on that 7 machine, rear and front. Hate to see it there for Sean Langton. Was having a very, very strong race, running in 2nd. Couldn't quite catch Stephen Rochefort, though. And there we see Sean Langton is about to lose the position to Mike Durfee. Yeah, we see Mike Durfee able to get clear behind him. It's side by side between Jordan Durans and Chris Spangler right now. We see Sean Langton still sticking right behind Mike Durfee. Both of them have severe damage. Oh, we see Sean Langton getting into the apron off of 4. That once again gets him very, very loose. Seems like everybody's car has been upset here throughout this race. Everybody's been getting loose. Everybody's been crashing. We see Michael Wallace has just crashed. Of course, caution flag looks like it's not going to come out. But, man, this has just been a rough, rough race for all of the drivers here tonight. The only driver who I can say hasn't had too much of a rough race is Stephen Rochefort, your leader. Of course, he was involved in an incident where we saw Thomas Eggleston washed down the track into his right side, but no caution came out because of it. So he is still leading despite that right front damage. You see Sean Langton still on Mike Durfee's back bumper for 4th. Behind him, it's Jordan Duran's as well, beginning to reel him in. Here comes Langton looking low under Durfee here through 1 and 2. Or no, that was 3 and 4. There we see Jordan Duran's finally looking low under Sean Langton here. Duran's is able to get clear. Crossover move for Sean Langton. He's looking back low here through 3 and 4. Oh, Duran's into the outside wall. That is definitely going to slow down his momentum that he had while trying to pass Sean Langton. Once again, the field has gotten spread out, so we are going to do a quick flyby through the field. Right now in first, it's Stephen Rochefort. In second, it's William Kruska. Third is Thomas Eggleston. Fourth is Mike Durfee. Fifth is Sean Langton. Sixth is Jordan Duran's. Seventh is Chris Spangler. Jim Cook is out of this race. He finished 8th. Or no, Jim Cook, he's a lap down. He is currently running in 8th right now. 9th is Michael Wallace. He's out of this race. Marshall Harhay is currently running in 10th right now. Eddie Hughes, who is also a lap down, he is currently running in 11th right now. Scott Rochefort, he manually disconnected. He's in 12th. Jesse Baker, he's in 13th. R.F. Boyer's in 14th. Charlie Hamilton Jr. ended up finishing 15th. We see David Ankenbauer, despite having a ton of damage, he stayed out. And he is running in 16th. And then 17th is Seth French. So there's a quick flyby through the field. Side by side between Jordan Duran and Sean Langton. We see Sean Langton is around off at 4. Barely saves it. Wow. Sean Langton has just been all over the place since the last restart. Has gotten into the wall a ton, and that really shows on his car. A ton of damage, and here we see Jim Cook, a lap car, starting to catch him. William Kruska trying to catch Stephen Rochefort here with 13 laps to go as we cross the line. Yep, there you go. 13 laps to go. Both of them are running pretty much identical lap times. We know throughout this race, William Kruska has not been able to pass a lot of the faster cars, but could that be different here with Stephen Rochefort for the lead? Man, he is right there. Looks like Kruska's trying to run the outside to see if that's how he's going to be able to get by Stephen Rochefort. I'm not sure really if this is the preferred line here. Go ahead and look at that cockpit cam of William Kruska. Really sending it in there in all of the corners, just trying as hard as he possibly can to get up there to Stephen Rochefort, and he's only got 8 laps to try to do it. See, Kruska looks to the outside. I mean, man, it's going to be close. It's going to be a photo finish here. I can already tell. We saw William Kruska try to look low there through 3 and 4. 5 laps to go here between Stephen Rochefort and William Kruska. Who is going to get the win? Once again, we saw William Kruska took a peek down low on the backstretch. Crossover, looks to high, then looks down low. I just can't get under him. Let's see what happens here with 3 laps to go. We see Kruska barely misses hitting the back bumper of Stephen Rochefort. We see they're able to avoid lap traffic, Jordan Duran's. And Kruska's looking low here off of 4. They're side by side here into turns 1 and 2. Kruska on Rochefort's rear quarter panel. Oh, we see Stephen Rochefort barely misses hitting the outside wall. Kruska, oh, he barely misses hitting Stephen Rochefort's rear quarter panel. Stephen Rochefort is going to end up getting the victory and winning the season finale. Sean Langton with the top 5. He is going to wrap up the championship. William Kruska ended up finishing 2nd. Thomas Eggleston 3rd. Mike Durfee 4th. Sean Langton 5th. And Stephen Rochefort doing a well-deserved burnout here at Bristol. Absolutely dominated this race. I mean, he dominated last week's race, but this time he finished the job and actually ended up getting the win here. Great job for Stephen Rochefort. So starting off, we are going to pull in Thomas Eggleston here for the driver. There we go. We got him in the booth. Thomas, you got a copy? Awesome, awesome. Well, man, what a race for you. We saw you started in the 5th position, and you were running in the top 5 for most of the race. We saw when a lot of the leaders came in, you and Michael Wallace stayed out, and you were able to hang on for the lead for just a little bit, and then after that you were still able to hang on. We saw Sean Langton got into a little bit of an instant, and you were able to slide up there in the 3rd, but you couldn't quite catch the rest of the leaders. I mean, what was your take on this race? What'd you think of the track Bristol? I mean, how was it what was your pit strategy? I mean, were you trying to stay out as long as you possibly could? Or, I mean, what were you going for pit strategy? Yeah, that's definitely what it looked like for sure. Well, before we let you go, Thomas, is there anybody else you would like to thank before we let you go? Got you. Well, Thomas, awesome run, and hopefully we'll see some more great performances in the SK Modified Series. There we go. And last but not least, we do not have 2nd or 1st, but we do have your season champion, Sean Langton, in the broadcast booth. Sean, you got a copy? Awesome. Well, you had a great race here tonight at Bristol. You started in 6th and you quickly made your way up through the field. You were running most of the time in 2nd or 3rd, fighting with William, Steven, but then during that last restart, we saw you get into that outside wall, and with the damage, you kind of slowly fell through the field. We saw Thomas was able to make it by you, Mike was able to make it by you, but you were still able to hang on to 5th. First of all, give us a rundown of what all happened to you in this race from your perspective. Awesome. So, again, congratulations on the season champion. And like you said, we do have the SK Modified season coming up, so good luck in that as well. Have a great rest of your night, Sean. Yep, thank you. Well, there you have it, folks. That is it here for the LNS Customs Late Model Series. Once again, congratulations to Thomas Eggleston on getting the win, and Stephen Rochefort on getting the season finale victory. We do want to thank the 2 sponsors, again, LNS Customs and Majors Garage. Make sure to visit lnscustoms.com and majorsgarage.com for information on the 2 respective companies. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to watch the broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting. As always, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. Check us out on Twitter, IntensityBroad1. We are always dropping polls, commenting on posts, interacting with our viewers on there. That's the best place if you wanna talk with us on there. So again, IntensityBroad1. And if you haven't already, make sure to download the eRacing TV app for 7 nights a week iRacing action, including on Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Intensity Broadcasting's broadcasts are on eRacing TV for your enjoyment. So look it up on Roku TV or Fire TV. Just punch it in, eRacing TV. I'm Atlee Atman-Weist on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Over and out.